mean? That doesn't, that's difficult to really understand. What does that mean?
Okay, well, the first thing is first of all, thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you, Dean. It is, mind-blowing to be here with all of you today and to have Brandon Kirk, who's my regional leader, with me here. It's because we're like family, not just here in the business, but we actually are like family. So it is really not just an honor, it's a blessing. So thank you all very much. And Brad, your leadership has helped me be, I'm going to use that word, consistent. How do you start earning $100,000 a year? Well, first of all, choose the right mentors. And when I was coming into this business, I specifically chose Brad because I said, if I ever did this Prime America thing, well, I want to be with the number one guy that's in British Columbia that I would drive. And I live in Abbotsford, which those of you who are outside of Canada, or Canada, as the Americans like to say, I'm about 45 minutes east of Vancouver. So I would drive every Tuesday and Wednesday or Saturday, whenever Brad held his meetings, I would go because I want to be with those who are making it, those who are skilled, those who are making the money, those who are experienced. Because when I joined, I was 52. Now I know I don't look, but I'm 60, yes. Brad and he's a little bit older than me, but
I am not older than you.
He's not. We just like to kibitz with each other. But I chose Brad because of his success. I want to be with successful people. My time is very valuable. I have adult children. I'm a single mom. I have very specific time. My time is precious. So if I'm going to spend it with someone, it's going to be someone that's doing the right things all the time. So I was willing, and I made sure my environment was very productive. So I am placed next to one of the he's a great RVP. He's going to be an SVP, NSN, Christian Laskowitz. So my office is next to him. And every once in a while he says, Renee, you don't have to do my dishes after I've had food. And I said, you're absolutely right, but you don't have to leave your door open so I can listen to the things that you say to your clients and learn from you. And so I picked the brains of the people at Fidelity. I picked the brains of Brad Girard. I picked Lisa Girard's brain. I picked Nathan, Mattel's brains. And the Daniel Perillos. I picked their brains and asked them the right questions that I needed answered at the time. And so I skilled up. I listened to MPI. I applied the things that I learned. My sister, my baby sister, who is a very part-time partner in my business, she makes the quarterly calls. We call our clients once every quarter, at least every 4 months, and we do what Howard Lashner taught us to do. How's it going? We just don't have any big news to tell you. We just want you to know that, we're here if you have any questions. And then she said, Renee's business is getting big, and so you don't just have her to call, you have me too. So we let them know that we cared about them. And I think that's really important, is that we loved on our clients. They know, because I text them on their birthday, I send them a handwritten, Christmas card. Anytime somebody gives me a referral, I send them a little gift card in the mail. So on top of that, I let them know just by reaching out, texting them.
Hey,
I know when they're having a baby.
Renee.
Yes.
You're awesome.
Yes.
But that's not why you make 160. So
yes,
in 1 minute, let's be honest. You leave your house every morning and you drive to the office 45 minutes one way. And what time are you at the office? And what do you do all day at the office? Like at the end of the day, what do you do that pays you $160,000?
I consistently show up at about 7:30 every day. I make a pot of coffee. I write out my goals. I do all the things, all the boring things that the fun, excitable, triple ADD people like me don't want to do, because it's going to pay me. And that's what I do. So I make the calls. I join our power hour. I do what it takes. And that's really what it is I consistently focus on a schedule, and I use the tools that have been given to us. So whatever tools are available, like this spin video, I'm excited about that. So Dean, thank you. But that's what it is I have a schedule. So I was saying on a call the other day, if you didn't show up at the right time to do your job, what would they do? If you showed up late every day or just came in whenever you wanted to, what would they do? They'd fire you. So why don't you fire yourself and rehire yourself, right? Get a new mentality. This is my job. I am here at 7:30 and I often don't go home till, 8, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. And I just put in the effort now because I know it's going to pay me later.
All right.
And it is paying me.
Thank you so much. And listen, you don't have to go to the office at 7:30 in the morning and go home at 8 o'clock at night. And what does she do all day? She books appointments. She books appointments or she's on appointments. You don't have to do that. But you don't have to make $160,000 as a regional leader, right? That may not be that important to you, but if it is, then it's that consistency of showing up. Okay, so you've decided now you're going to show up like Renee. Brandon, where am I getting names? Like, who am I calling? Who am I booking appointments with? Give us 2 minutes. Help us out with that.
Oh, Brad, that's awesome, man. Being able to be on this call and just give a few nuggets, because 4 short years ago here, I wasn't working here, and I just wanted to be able to get onto a panel. I just wanted to be able to have a conversation here. And one thing that I always encourage my team, and this is also to look in the mirror when I say this, is whether you've been here a day, a week, a month, or a decade, is that you can do your own fast start and have your own top 25 list ready to go. Ian Proctor talked about it. He said it was a to close list or the kill list. And just here at the beginning of MPI is Steve Stevens talked about his 2021 challenges, going back on his appointments for the previous year and seeing who did I not do a thorough job with, or who did I not close. And within our business, we know ceremoniously is 8531. The thing is that I like to use 12-8-5-3-1. So 12 appointments booked, 8 done, 5 people interested, 3 closes, 1 recruit. So of that, you only ever close 25% of the people that actually commit to an appointment with you. So knowing that if you've been here a week or a decade, is 75% of what has been, what you brought to the table is still on its dinner plate. So that's the first thing, and what really helped me here in January, Brad.
Awesome. So you went back, did up a list. So what Brandon's talking about is everybody's booked a ton of appointments in the last year, 2 years, however long you've been here, that never panned out. They never showed up. You didn't do business with them. And so what you've done is you've gone back, done that list, and now you're reworking that list again. I think LaShawn talked about that in the beginning. You go back to the people who maybe weren't interested at the time, and who knows, right? And that's where Brandon last week made $20,000 last week, going back and working his list. And so awesome job. I'm proud of you guys. Both of them on track for RVP in the near term. And so I want to kind of get into some nitty gritty about building a business, building a hierarchy. I think a lot of people look at the video system as a lead generation system, or as a way to go get recruits. I'm going to use that and go and get new recruits or get clients. And really what it is we've developed a duplicable system that you can use to scale a business, not just go and get an IBA. And so let me just share my screen quickly. I'm going to run through this real fast. I'll put the PowerPoint on so that you can see it. But I've always focused on and understand that within the business, with that RVP is always built through depth. And so this is my business, what it looks like right now. This pays me $1 million a year of passive income. And we've got 44 RVPs, $3,700,000 earners. I've got 15 direct RVPs, all of them with the ring. Almost all of my seconds have the ring. It's a big thing in our business. If you're going to be here, you're going to make money. And so we make sure that everybody is skilled up, that they know what to do, and that they know what their daily disciplines need to be so that they can succeed. Now, I believe that what I did is not something anybody else can't do. I think what one person can do, another person can do. And so if someone's done it, somebody else can do it. And that's just one thing that you just have to understand. If someone's done it, you can do it. The challenge is, what are they doing? And so that's what I always want to know is, what are they doing? And here's what I found out. So almost all hierarchies in Primerica are built wide by building deep through replacement and roll-up, the secrets of our business. And that means as important as going out and getting an IBA is, depth is the key to building out an agency that produces agencies. Depth is the key. I'm going to get into that in a second. I want to show you the mistake, the main common mistake that I believe almost everybody in Primerica makes that prevents them from building out a passive income producing business. Cold prospecting might be the match. And I love cold prospecting. I'm a master of it. I love it. But cold prospecting might be the match, but warm building is the fire. You know, have you ever taken a sparkler, you know, you get a sparkler and you light it and it gives you this really cool flame for a second or cool little sparks for a second? Have you ever tried to warm yourself with the sparkler? You can't. You know, it flames out really fast and then it's cold right away. You can't do anything with the sparkler. It just looks nice. That's an IBA, okay? To build a life-sustaining fire, that's building a team, right? To be able to have a bonfire is about building a team. A sparkler is an IBA. An IBA is what? An IBA is nothing until you grow it into something, right? And so that's what the video system is for me. It's a way to duplicate so that each person doesn't have to be so damn skilled that they don't have to have Renee's personality to go out there and make this happen. Because if that was the case, very few people could make it here because not a lot of people have that kind of personality or confidence. And so I wanted to find a system where anybody could do it. And so look, the videos and tools that you have access to with the company and those created by LFIC are not simply to help you recruit, but they're designed to help you build out a business. See, recruiting is the match, but building is the life-sustaining fire. And so let me get into and give you kind of a visual of what I mean by that. This is, Cheryl Bartlett taught me this years and years ago about building your business around a circle chart. And whenever I get struggled, whenever I get frustrated, or whenever I get stuck in the business, I sit down, I draw out my circle chart. And my circle chart tells me what's right or what's wrong with my business. And on that circle chart, I put everybody that's showing up, everybody that's kind of committed at this moment. And so the challenge is when I do mentoring with anybody in my team or anybody outside of my team, one of the first things I ask them to do is send me your circle chart. I want to see what it looks like. And almost every single person's circle chart looks like this. It looks like a Ferris wheel. It's got a large amount of people, you know, around it. And then maybe one or two of those people will have one or two people underneath them. And that's what I believe is a failing strategy in Primerica. I believe this is the reason why most people never produce RVPs in Primerica. And that's because they just have kind of a revolving door Ferris wheel circle chart. Now, this is what I believe is a long-term winning strategy here. It's a business that is built through warm prospecting. It's a business that's built through depth, which anchors recruits in, anchors legs into the business. Go deep as fast as you can, and then you fill the width gaps in as you go. So when I ask people, okay, so you got 5 recruits last month, fantastic. It's been a month now. How many of them are 10 deep? How many of them are 5 deep? And almost nobody goes that deep. Sometimes we'll go and get somebody and we'll go maybe 1 deep. Most people get a recruit and then they try and field train that recruit, maybe get them a recruit or 2, maybe get them a field training observation or 2, get them their bonus, and then they help them get licensed. And then they just want to motivate and inspire and hope that they'll go and do exactly what they saw. And that's why businesses constantly keep failing in Primerica, because very few people can replicate what you did for them. And yet we're trying to get them to do that right away. So if you're on here this morning, I want to challenge you, draw out your circle chart right now. All active or inactive reps that have not quit. Be realistic. Don't put them on there if they've been gone, you haven't seen them for 6 months. Who's not a senior rep in your business? Who doesn't have 3 direct recruits in your business right now? That becomes your job. Your circle chart becomes your business plan in the business. The chart needs to be updated every week. And now what you want to do is your goal should be to work with the bottom person in every leg. What I find the mistake a lot of people make here is they want to work with the top person that they recruited and help them become the leader so that they can go and work with other people. No, you want to work with the bottom person in every leg in your business. Your best friend is the brand new person who joins underneath the people that you've recruited, not the person that you directly recruited. And so let me give you an example. This is what I say to people on my circle chart. Listen, I can take my skill, my insatiable drive, and my crazy work ethic, and I can put it to work for you to help you build a 6-figure income producing business, or I can do it for someone else. What would you prefer? And they'll say, well, no, I want you to work for me. And I'll say, great, I need some names. Who do you know? Where can we go? You got to send me somewhere today. I'll go down and build you a team, but you got to send me somewhere. And so that's what I say to them. Now look at this. My goal this month is to help you drive your business down 2 levels. That's my goal. Now, if I go 2 levels deep, 3 wide, that's going to give me 12 recruits. That's double digit, right? Out of that, I know that I'm going to get 2 or 3 licenses out of that business. And so my goal every month is to go 2 levels deep in everybody's business. And so look, if I take one person and drive 2 levels deep in their business, as I do that, each new person that I add to that list becomes the top person on their own list. And this is where we make the mistake. We think, I've hired Joe. I'm just going to work with Joe and help Joe get licensed, help him become a leader, and let Joe go out and build his business. And it almost always collapses. Look, if Joe quits and he's only brought a few people into the business, his friends, guess what happens to his friends? They leave with him. So I'm always going back to the well to get more water. I'm always trying to get this thing going again. You talk to people and they say, I need a new recruit. And I'm like, well, yeah, we all need a new recruit, but where are you getting that person? Are you constantly going back out mauling, cold calling? Is that what you're doing? If your whole life is built around cold calling and bringing new people into the business that way, you probably will never scale a hierarchy. You'll never build a business. You've got to understand the power of depth in our business. So look at this. Each person you add to someone else's team needs to be looked at as the person on the top of their own team. You're the leader, you're the coach, you're the business builder. So each person that comes into your business needs to be seen as the person that's direct to you. They're the person at the top of their own team. So as you drive levels down each person's business, you also begin a new business for someone else. So every month, your goal is to drive everyone's business 2 levels deep. So when people say to me, Brad, I don't know who to talk to. Well, you recruited 3 people last month. Like how is it possible you don't know who to talk to? You're just not doing the right things with the people that you've got. So a lot of times people will say to me, well, my team just doesn't want to win. I don't, I need a new team. And I'm like, you don't need a new team. Your team needs a new leader. You need to be the right coach. You're a business builder. They're not business builders. You're the business builder. Take control of your business. Each new person that gets added becomes the top of a new team that needs to be built. And so it all starts with one. So let me give you a couple of examples. I cold called a girl one time. Her name was Jackie. She was a manager of a record store, so you can tell how long ago that was. And I met her at a food court, and I told her the story. Now today, I'm giving her the video, right? And I'm going to let the video do the talking for me, because I can't, as a new person, I went through a lot of people. And then finally, Jackie said, yes, I'm interested. And she came out to an opportunity meeting, and I got her IBA. And the next thing I did is I said, okay, who do you have that might be interested as well? And she said, my roommate, Al. And so I went and got Al's IBA. I invited him out to a meeting. I called him, got him out to a meeting, and got his IBA. And then Al led me to Ray, who was working with Al as a coworker. And Ray got Eric. Alan brought in Stan as well, and Stan got Elaine, and Elaine got Rob, and Rob got Patrick, and Patrick got Mylin and May, and then Eric got Hudson and Anne. Anne brought in her daughter Geraldine. Geraldine recruited Rosa and Christoph out of a resume, and I was involved in all of that. Now, I didn't do it. Ray got very skilled very quickly, and he went down, but I didn't leave Ray to be alone. I was involved in working and doing meetings and meeting all these people and building relationships. And it's a good damn thing that I did, because look at what happened. All these people quit. And all these people went on and became RVPs, and every one of them has a ring. All those people have a ring. Now, so what if I would have just worked with Jackie and said, okay, Jackie, we just recruited Al for you. Now let's get you licensed. And then I want just keep showing up. I'm going to train you. I'm going to help you out. And I'm going to just help you become a leader here. Well, Jackie would have quit, and all of those rings wouldn't be in the business. How about this? I cold called a guy one day. I picked up his business card. He was a real estate agent. His name was Jerry. We went out and did a bunch of appointments with him, got some IBAs, got some clients out of it. And one day Jerry called me up and said, hey, I've got a guy in my office I think would be really good in the business. His name's Matt. Can you come and meet him? I went and met Matt. Sat down with Matt, recruited Matt. Matt recruited Bev. Bev got Gene off of an ad out of the newspaper, and Matt got Amanda, Georgianne. Gene recruited Brian, who recruited his sister Diane. Georgianne got Jocelyn, and all these people are RVPs. These ones quit, and all of them have a ring. All of them. Now, if I would have just worked with Jerry and help Jerry become the leader, and then set Jerry out to build his own team, so that would free me up to go and find a new person, a new direct person to work with, that whole thing would have collapsed. And that's the challenge. We're picking our leaders too fast. We're putting too much responsibility on other people too quickly, and we're not taking ownership of our business. Each new person that comes into my business is my person, as well as the person who recruited them. This is our business. And so this is what it looks like. 44 RVPs, but I want to show you something. I've got 15 direct RVPs, but look at this. This is how deep all of them were. They're all direct to me today, but because of replacement and roll up, this is how deep they were when I recruited them, how far down below me. Right? Only 2 of my RVPs, my brother Troy, who's a 3-diamond earner in Toronto, and my son-in-law Jonathan, who got the ring, and he's got the $1 million ring as well. But my son-in-law Jonathan are the only 2 people that I recruited direct that went on became RVPs. The only 2 directs. And listen, I'm pretty damn good in this business. I've recruited a lot of people, but I cannot make people RVP. All I can do is move through markets to find the people that become RVP. And Dan and Natasha was 7 levels deep. I sat with Dan at a coffee shop, and Dan said to me, all my dream, just one day I'd like to make a 6-figure income. I said, Dan, you met the right person. And Dan joined. And all the people above Dan quit, but Dan stayed, and Dan makes $100,000 a year. Terrence, one of my top RVPs, 20 levels deep. Will, 3. Ray, 3. Peter Arcady just went over $300,000. 5 levels below me. Patrick Pham, one of my top RVPs, 6 levels below me. 4, 3. So what if I would have just done what everybody else does, and I just recruited people, and then I worked with those people, and I tried to help them become something? What would I have today? I'd have what almost most other people in Primerica have, a business where I'm having to get up and go to work every single day. See, you can have anything you want in life if you'll give up the mistaken belief that you can't have it. You can have a massive income producing hierarchy, but you have to adjust, I think, a lot of times the way that we work. The value of the LFIC and the value of the mentor program and the value of the videos is not so that you can go out and just go and recruit 100 directs. The value of those videos is that you can have a duplicable system that allows you to scale a business. So I can give somebody a tool so they can say the exact same message that I say. And it doesn't matter if they're 10 levels below me or if they're direct to me. Everybody's saying the same message and bringing people to me. And then finally, I believe this, this is the secret of Brandon. This is the secret of Renee. This is the secret of almost everybody who's successful in our business. They don't show up on Monday mornings and then wonder, how am I going to get an appointment with this week? They show up with a full week book. Be a pro. You've never seen a dentist or a doctor show up to their office Monday morning and say, okay, let's see if we can get some appointments this week. And yet I would bet over 90% of people in our business, that's the way they show up. Monday morning, they go, okay, it's a new week. Let's try and get some appointments. You have to have your week booked up by Monday morning. When you show up, you should have 10 brand new, right market, kitchen table appointments set for the week. And everybody that I recruit, that Art Williams said, recruiting is the easiest way to prospect for new appointments. And that's it. So every recruit that comes in, I don't just recruit a person, I'm recruiting a market. I'm recruiting a business. Listen, they say that we're 6 levels, 6 degrees of separation from every person on the planet. The average person has about 150 people on their Facebook page. That means 2 levels below them, every person I recruit has at least 16,000 people, and 3 levels below, they have 2.2 million. Don't tell me you don't have anywhere to go. Nobody should be sitting in Primerica saying, I've got to try and find somebody to prospect. I mean, if you learn this system properly and you learn how to build depth, you will never, ever wake up in the morning saying, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't know who to talk to. And see, this is the way I look at it. I do this business because this business is finance is a spectacular, adventurous life I've been able to live. I came in at 24 years old. I was financially independent at 30. And for the last 28 years, I have lived my life from adventure to adventure. I am writing the book of my life. Every year is a new chapter. What's your book going to look like? Because you're writing a book as well. Is your book a romance story? Is it a horror novel? Is it an adventure book? What is your book going to look? Will they want to make a movie, a Hollywood movie out of your book? I know they will out of my book. And you see, that's why I came to Primerica. It was clear to me. I don't want to watch Discovery Channel. I want to live Discovery Channel. And so this is the way that I live my life. And the reason I'm able to do this is all because of Primerica. It's all because this company gave me a chance, gave me a shot, gave me an opportunity to come in and do something. And if you will do the right things, you will exactly live the same kind of life, because it's not just me. Dean lives that life. Rick Miller lives that life. All the mentors live the kind of life that I'm talking about. And that's the kind of life that's waiting for you if you just do the right things, be consistent like we talked about today. Dean, that's about all I got. Hopefully that helped people. I know not a lot of people talk about that depth thing, but man, it is a critical part of this business.
Oh, Brad, I'm just sitting here thinking, I think there were lives changed today from hearing that talk right there. We can get all caught up with recruiting and winning a contest, but that's not necessarily building a business. It's important. It lights the fire. Like you said, it's the match, but you just demonstrated the mentality of a builder. And building means building relationships, which is exhausting. Okay. I mean, I know you're a little bit like me, like, this is uncomfortable at times. I've got to push myself. In other words, I just saw that photo of you out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful, all your photos. Okay. Well, that's different than, okay, I'm going to build another relationship, but deep under people. And it's like, everything inside of me is like, oh, I really don't want to have to do that. Because people let you down, they lie to you, they don't show up, and they frustrate you, but that's why we get paid a lot of money, because you have to get uncomfortable and you got to do this stuff. And a lot of people don't want to. What we really do is we hope and pray that our directs get it. And then, we'll just coach them. It'll be all pretty and they'll just go do it. And if I just keep recruiting enough directs, one day it'll happen. No, I don't think so. I think if we don't actually go under and build some of those relationships, lock them in, and so forth,
Hey, Dean, look, hoping to find a Mario Arizon or Danny Berrigan is like standing in line to win the Powerball. It's the same thing. I mean, yeah, somebody does. Everyone, you hear it. Somebody's going to win. That's the way it is. But I just look at it and say, I'm not leaving, my life and the quality of life that I can live up to chance. I'm going to become good. I'm going to build a business, because odds of me finding Mario Arizon he's a one in a multi-million. Odds of that are pretty slim. So I can't take that bet. Now, am I going to play the Powerball? Sure, I'll play the Powerball, but I am not going to base my ability to retire based on winning the lottery. I hope I find a Mario, but I'm going to do the right things to build a business, whether I find Mario or not.
Yes. Brad, you demonstrated building as well as I've ever heard it said today. Appreciate you. Absolutely home run. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, guys. So if you're brand new, stick around for a couple minutes. Otherwise, guys, go charge to the end of the month and go win the mentorship. Get in the mentorship every freaking month. It's gold. It'll change your day.